This video focuses on plate 1 of William Hogarth's A Harlot's Progress. A Harlot's Progress is a series of 6 engravings from around 1732, and it's one of Hogarth's what he called modern moral subjects. It focuses on the downfall of Moll Hackabout, who arrives in London to be a seamstress, but is quickly seduced into a life of prostitution and crime. This first plate really gives you everything you need to know to interpret A Harlot's Progress. And we're going to focus on 3 main things that you need to see in the plate. The first is clothing. So here, Moll is wearing very simple country dress, and it's meant to highlight her innocence and the fact that she is very unprepared for the scene that she's about to encounter. Her dress is very white, which contrasts against the seediness and grime of the London streets. Watch as you go through the series how her clothing changes. Look at what she's wearing, and that will help you determine kind of where she is in her downfall and her station in life. The second thing to look for is the use of real people. Now, Hogarth sold these, and what made the series incredibly popular among audiences, or partially, was the possibility that they might actually see some infamous character being satirized in this work. And here in this one plate, we have 2 such infamous people. The first is Mother Elizabeth Needham, the procuress that we see as kind of assessing Moll as the new merchandise coming off the turnip truck, so to speak. She was an actual figure. Hogarth's audience would have known her, and she was sentenced to the pillory where she was pelted to death right around the time that this engraving series was being completed. So she was very well known. The other is a character lurking in the back, kind of waiting to see what the new girl is going to be like, and that is Colonel Francis Charters. He was an infamous rake. He was satirized in a lot of 18th century work. He was actually nicknamed the Rape Master General, and he was sentenced to execution for the rape of a servant. Although he was later pardoned for that, he never overcame his reputation for just complete bad behavior. And so both of these figures really kind of highlight a sense of danger for Moll. She is stepping into something that she is not prepared to handle, and Hogarth's audiences would have picked up on that danger by having these 2 very scary figures kind of looming around her as she gets off the coach. And then the third is falling objects. Hogarth uses a lot of symbolism in his work. You really have to look at what he puts on the walls of people's houses, on the mantles of their fireplaces, what he leaves on tables, and here is no different. He's also not above using a very obvious symbol. And so this is a work about a fall, a downfall, a fall from grace. And so having fallen or broken objects in almost every plate here really highlights that theme. Here's with the bucket. Later we'll see some china, we'll see some furniture kicked over, and some of it's by Moll herself, which shows how she's almost complicit in her own downfall. So Hogarth uses these objects to really underscore this theme, and you should notice them in each of the works. And in fact, noticing all 3 of these things will help you better interpret this plate and the entire Harlot's Progress series.